Israel began Operation Rising Lion against Iran last night with 200 fighter jets that was aimed at key parts of Iran's nuclear and military program, and satellite images reveal extensive damage at Iran's Natanz nuclear enrichment facility. In response to comments made by a top US general on American ties with Pakistan, India's Ministry of External Affairs has said that Pakistan's record on terrorism is very clear, and the Pahalgam terror attack is only the recent example of cross-border terrorism. The White House has rejected reports of inviting Pakistan Army's field marshal to US Army parade. A Pakistani maritime security expert has said that the Indian Navy is the most aggressive of the three services, and he warned of the high probability that Indian Navy has been tasked with leading the next round of operations, and Indian Navy could target Pakistan's naval installations and assets in any future escalation between the two countries, and the primary target would likely be the Karachi port and nearby naval facilities. India issues a NOTAM warning, reserving airspace for a single-day Indian Air Force exercise near the southern section of its border with Pakistan from 18th June to 19th June, and the distance from Pakistan border is less than 60 kilometers. An Apache helicopter of the Indian Air Force conducted an emergency landing due to some technical fault, which makes it the second such emergency landing of Indian Air Force's Apache helicopter in a week. Following the recent approval of the Dhruv advanced light helicopters last month, the Prachand light combat helicopters have been cleared for flight operations after safety overhaul. After the success of Brahmos missile against Pakistan, Russia has started offering its Bastion-P mobile coastal defense missile system to international buyers that have expressed interest in the Brahmos missile. It is to be noted that the Brahmos offers land-sea submarine and air-launched variants, whereas the Russian Bastion-P is a coastal defense asset. The Indian government has announced that all major defense projects will now be awarded through competitive bidding or tendering, moving away from the earlier practice of nomination-based contracts that is set to create a level playing field for India's domestic private sector. Canada's Bombardier Aerospace is gearing up to pitch its advanced Global 8000 jet as a key contender for the Indian Air Force's upcoming 3-star aircraft program worth 10,000 crore rupees, that is all set to be cleared this month. A Norwegian-Indian startup Sirinor is developing an electric jet engine capable of producing 90 kN of thrust for commercial aircraft, that will also be scalable for fighter jets, which could enable the development of an electric fighter jet. The Indian government will approve the 67,000 crore rupees deal for the procurement of 97 additional Tejas Mark 1A fighter jets in the next financial year, and the per-unit cost has increased to 600 crore rupees, partly due to foreign exchange volatility linked to the imported F-404 engine from US. Russia has formally offered the KH-69 stealth cruise missile for integration on India's Su-30 fighter jets, that is primarily designed for deployment from Su-57 fighter jets, which is already being evaluated by India's Ministry of Defence. The 400 km range KH-69 can be launched from the external wing stations of the Su-30, making it immediately viable for integration without requiring extensive structural modifications, while the Su-57 can launch it from its internal bay. The Indian Air Force is likely to place an initial order for over 500 Astra Mark II missiles, for which the Indian Ministry of Defence plans to establish 2 separate production lines. One production line will be managed by Bharat Dynamics Limited, and another will involve private sector companies like Larsen & Toubro and Tata Advanced Systems, and this dual-line approach aims to ramp up production capacity, reduce delivery timelines, and enhance supply chain resilience. Today's top 3 comments.